Recording in progress.
Let's see. Good morning. Good morning. Time to get this thing rocking and rolling. All right, all right. Welcome back. Man, it's good to be back. Feeling good this morning. Rocking and rolling. Just gonna make sure everything's good here real quick. Oh man, we sound great. Everything looks great. Let me see here. Let me see here. Boom, I think we good. I think we good, man. Hey, y'all, let me know if the volume's okay. My voice and the tunes. Got a strong daily candle here on gold. No bottom wick though. Interesting, that's interesting right there. Nice support. A nice breakout here. See if I remember how to trade after the holidays. Sean just got out 50 pips, but it looks like it will head to 1820. Hell yeah, man. You catch sells? Catch sells on gold, or did you catch buys? I'm guessing sells. There's a nice push for buys. Oh yeah, it was a London Open. London Open brought that volume. Would have been a really good entry right here. Stop loss down here. Nice push right there. Stop loss 25, 26 pips. Could have caught like 70 something pips. Yeah, that would have been pretty solid. Yeah, I think for gold, what I'm gonna look for here is just some sort of support to be formed, and then to continue bullish. Some sort of support to be formed, maybe here. Could even respect this level here. Really just depends on how this candle closes in the next 10 minutes or so. It could respect this level here, and then we could trade up to this zone here. I think that would be pretty good. And the reason that I'm really looking for buys at this point is because the daily candle is bullish at this point. So you know, for me personally, I'd much rather trade in the direction of the daily candle, and that's why I don't have sells marked up until we come down here below this area. So that's what I'm going to be looking for currently. And let's do a little analysis here on GJ. It looks like for GJ, first thought, we're going to be looking for sells. Yeah, daily candle is mega bearish, so you know, I'm not going to want to take buys until the daily candle would or could flip bullish. So this would be like my buys above line. The candle is actually, like, the market structure actually looks really good. Hey, we got 13 viewers, man. Give us some goddamn likes this morning. We feeling good this morning. Smash that like button. And if you're new to the stream, make sure you subscribe. But yeah, I think if we can come up to this level here on GJ, form a resistance, we can come down and test the lows. That would be a beautiful MP special for sells. You can also consider that as like a break and retest as well. Looks like it would be like 100 pip range here, it looks like. Oh yeah, that's solid. Yeah, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see some sort of resistance form, and then we come down and test this support level. Boom. So that's the game plan for now. Sells below here, target for sells, and for gold, buys above, target for buys. I'm gonna mark it up at this zone for now, just because I really like this, especially how it's rejecting currently. I really like this zone. If we can get some sort of like weak bearish closer here, the next level or the next candle wick down, come up, break the high, go and retest the highs, that would work out pretty solid. Need to open up my MetaTrader though. I haven't even freaking opened this thing in like a couple of weeks. Make sure this shit still works. It's always weird coming back from the holidays. Shoot, this bad boy taking a minute to load up. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We back. Where we at? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we good now. We good now. Whoa. Oh yeah, it looks like it's good. Oh shit. Alright, we got a candle closing in like a minute 30 seconds. We're gonna have whoa, what's going on here? We're gonna have 30-minute and hourly candles closing here. Now there's two things that we could really do here. Number one is if the candle closes like this, you know, we can take an entry. We can take an entry as the lower or the next candle makes a lower wick, and then the next candle breaks the high. That's where our entry would be. Stop loss would be below the previous candle here. And we'd be anticipating price to continue bullish to retest the support here. Now the other thing that we can do is we can wait for this candle to close, and if it's bearish, we would want to wait for the next candle to close bullish, you know, weak bullish, and then continue up. Now the only problem with that is as we know with gold, you know, price can just move pretty fast. So you know, it's like, do you want to wait for a better confirmation for the direction, or do you want to just take the entry, you know? So it's really just personal preference here. But in my opinion, it does look like a good opportunity to take buys, as long as the high isn't broken immediately. So it did make a little lower wick. It did break the high here. I do think it should continue. Like I said, the other confirmation would be to wait for like a stronger bullish to close at this level, a stronger 30-minute bullish candle to close at this level, and then continue bullish. But if you're taking something like this, let's see, if you were taking something like this, I think this would be a very safe trade, because the stop loss is below the 30-minute candle, below the previous 30-minute candle. That's also going to be the hourly low as well. So that way, you know, if there is any retracement, then, you know, you will be fine because your stop loss is below the previous hourly, previous 30-minute, and if it does go and break those lows and hit your stop loss, then 100% the trade's invalid. So that would be my plan here. A lot of times you'll see guys, and I've done this in the past too, where, you know, you know, because like for example for me, you know, I take like 1% risk across an entire stop loss. So the lot size will be relevant based on how big the stop loss is. So, you know, I see people a lot of times they will put stop loss below here, because below the current candle, because they want to maximize the amount of profits that can be caught. You know, so they're trying to maximize the largest lot size possible, so that way when they go in profits, they get the most profits. Now, as you can see, candles retracing, and if your stop loss was there, it would have been hit. And so that's why I like to do personally below the previous 30-minute candle low, because that way, you know, I'm giving this candle room to breathe. You know, it's still got 25 minutes left to move to close. So I'm giving this candle room to breathe, but at the same time, you know, it's a valid like trade opportunity in my opinion. So that's like how I would look at that. But that's why I don't like to do current candle lows for stop loss on gold, because, you know, as you can see, gold's pretty volatile. It can bounce back and forth, but it tends to follow market structure pretty well. But it could keep falling here. You never know. Because this is a very weak bullish candle here. And if you, depending on your broker, like when I look at my MT5, this is actually a weak bearish candle. But yo, we got 15 viewers here. Make sure you give a like to the stream. If you're new to the stream, make sure you subscribe. Tan Young, just seeing you subscribe. Thanks, homie. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. If gold goes to break the 30-minute candle lows, I'll be pretty surprised here, honestly. I mean, the 4-hour candle is you know, moving pretty strong bearish. We've broken the lows here, so the chance of that like flipping and going bullish is pretty low. And if you look at it, you know, the daily candle doesn't have a bottom wick yet, so it very well could just reject, go create a bottom wick. Oh.
Yo, Mike.
Yo, what's up, Jake? How you doing?
Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year, man. How's it going?
Yeah, not bad, man. Not bad. How are you?
All good, all good.
Did you have a nice Christmas or a nice Christmas break?
Yeah, it was nice, man. Did a lot of traveling, so it was pretty busy, but it was nice to see the family and all that good stuff. How about you? How
Yeah.
was everything your way?
Yeah, same here, bro. Same here, bro. Although when you, I don't know, traveling in the UK is probably different to what it is in America, given the size difference. I mean, I drove to see my parents down by the coast, which took me a couple of hours. I don't know if that's how long does it take you to travel about when you see your folks?
Yeah, so I went up to Richmond, Virginia. That's where my mom lives, so it's about like a 7.5 hour drive, one way. And then I went up to Michigan, see my family up there. I had to fly up there. That's like a fucking 20-hour drive if I were to drive, but I flew up there, and it's not bad flying as long as everything goes good. But when I was coming home, man, I got trapped in North Carolina overnight. Took me like 18 hours coming home, so it was a
Why is
little rough.
just like cancellations or
Yeah, yeah, man. There's a lot of cancellations, and I took some risk. Like like here in the States, like we have a lot of. I'm sure it's the same in the UK and stuff, but we have like hub airports. So like Charlotte, Atlanta, Detroit, Chicago. Like those major cities are like hubs. That just like little like regional airports will fly to these hubs, and then you go to your other regional airport from there. Um, but yeah, so that was kind of like my risk was I booked late flights. So if anything was delayed, it was pretty much probably going to be the last flight of the night. So that's pretty much what happened is like my when I was coming home, my first flight was delayed like 2 hours, and then that made me miss my connection, and yeah, it was just a big headache, but
well, it is what it is. At least you're home now.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. It makes it sweeter when you come home.
Trust me, trust me. But yeah, man, my break was good. I had a lot of time off, off work anyway, which is nice. I think I took from like the 15th off, which is good.
Oh, nice, nice.
I was chilling. Um, but yeah, other than that, all good. The weather was pretty bad, but
Yeah, it was at the beginning of the break, man, it was terrible here too. Like it was freezing like
mm,
everywhere. Like where I live, like I mean, it'll get like in the 40s and the 30s Fahrenheit, which freezing is 32 Fahrenheit, so it'll get pretty cold, but I mean like a couple of mornings it was like so bad, man. It was holy. Like when I was in Richmond, it was like 8 degrees. It was terrible.
cool. I saw some stuff on the news down here actually around some stuff in Buffalo, where like some of the like some houses just fully frozen, like
Yeah.
ice. Like people can't leave. It's mental.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's like how it was up there where my family lives in Michigan. It's
Really
terrible, man. Like I don't know how they do it. I couldn't do it, man. It's freaking terrible.
nuts, nuts. Have you been? Have you? When did you trade up until around Christmas?
Um, I honestly don't know. Let me look at let me
Because
look
I
at
probably stopped after like the 20th. Really, I didn't really take anything after that. I think there
yeah,
was
the
a few.
last trade I took was on the 19th,
Yeah,
which I
yeah. I
started
think
traveling on the 21st, so
just looking at GJ at the moment. I'm thinking maybe sales to retest those lows.
yeah, I was looking at that as well.
But
Form some sort of resistance and then go retest the lows.
yeah, I was maybe thinking it could even retest this kind of previous support to the left there, but it's kind of going through it. But we'll see if it rejects underneath that and creates resistance, then I think that'd be a good shout. I haven't taken anything. I'm probably not going to trade for a few days just because I want to try and get back in the flow of of the market because I feel when you've had a few days, well, a few weeks off in my case, just feel a little bit rusty. I'm looking at stuff and like, but there was impulse sell. I think I missed probably this morning, just on London Open on GJ, which I probably was looking at but didn't take. So just as it broke those wicks to the left after that small range, I was thinking, yeah, actually that would be a nice sell. So it did end up all the way down, especially if you look at on the 15-minute as well. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it does look like a good area. Also for gold buys right here, like this is pre-London, I guess.
Yeah. I think Raja took those, didn't he?
Yeah, I saw that, man. Freaking like 70 grand.
I was like, of course he did.
Happy fucking New Year, man. 70 grand. Yeah.
Guys, unreal, man. So, assuming he took that just because of the break, close above, and then expecting volume to push up.
Yeah, that's what I would assume too.
It wasn't a clean break, but I guess
yeah, this if you look at it like this strong rejection here on this 30-minute with how it closed, you know, I definitely think I can see like why the anticipation, you know, if it broke the high, respected the low. The same type of thing, like just before you hopped on, I was explaining it here with gold. You know, like it's kind of a risky entry on the break of the high here, just because this is such a weak candle. But it's the same type of thing, you know. It's like break of the high, respect the low. It's a valid trade, you know.
It's not a bad idea because we are technically in an uptrend, although we've had quite a big retracement after London Open. But you know, it's not a bad idea. Are you trading at the moment, or are you just watching the markets?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably just sit on my hands for a couple of days, like you were saying, you know, just kind of let the market do its thing. I honestly haven't really traded like during this time, like during the holidays, like, you know, in the past, like trading, you know, I've always been like really serious about trading, but in the past, like now I'm like really trying to like, you know, I'm trying to get on a Raja level, you know. So I've been showing up a lot more consistently, trading a lot more consistently, things like that. So this is honestly probably the first year that I've gone through the holidays really paying attention to the markets. So just like you were saying, you know, just kind of gonna watch things, see how it goes, you know, maybe do some paper trade, you know, mental like ideas, you know, and I don't know, maybe next week's kick it off, but who knows? If I see a good setup, you know, I might execute.
Yeah, that's exactly what I had in my head. I was like, I'm not going to trade, but I almost took that GJ sales, but I thought, because in my head, when I know I'm not, or I don't want to trade, I'm not paying as much attention as I probably would if I knew I definitely was trading. So I checked my phone, checked Twitter for 5 minutes, and then it just dropped, and I was like, I probably would have taken that trade if I was actively trading and paying attention. But it's yeah, you're right. If a setup shows up and you think, oh,
yeah. Yeah, it's always different, you know, when you see opportunity in front of you, you're like, you know, what should I do here?
Yeah. I know I said, but yeah, gold. I don't know if gold closes bullish like that, 30 minutes on 30 minutes, that could even be on the next 30 minutes, maybe a good option as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Like before you hopped in was like taking the entry on the break of the high here is risky because this is a weak bullish candle. So the better idea would wait for a stronger bullish candle. But the problem with that is, as we always know, you know, sometimes gold will just make that move in one bullish candle, you know. So it's kind of like a catch-22, you know.
On my chart, because I'm using Oanda as a weak bearish.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was showing on my MT5 as well. Yeah, it was a weak bearish.
Pretty much the same thing anyway, given the size of the body.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah, pretty weak candle. But it also, like, if you look at it on the hourly too, what's going on? Here we go. Yeah, like if it goes to break the high on the hourly at this point, it looks really good, in my opinion. But the problem is here too also is 4 hours already broken the low, you know,
Yeah,
so
true.
the
So
daily
that'd be
also doesn't have a bottom wick, so it could go and create a bottom wick and flip bearish, you know, so it's, yeah.
do you celebrate New Year's from your side?
Yeah, it was pretty low key. So we like, I'm not sure if do you pay attention to like football at all?
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah, so it was like the college football playoffs were this weekend, and Georgia, University of Georgia was playing like New Year's night, like New Year's Eve night, you know. So the game was like 8 p.m. It actually ended right at midnight. It was pretty wild. But yeah, so anyways, like I live in Georgia, so you know, people are fucking nuts here about Georgia football, you know.
College
So,
football's massive, isn't it?
dude, it's insane. College football is honestly probably bigger than the NFL. So, it's
Yeah,
pretty wild.
like the fan base is wild.
Yeah,
Insane.
and now they have like the NIL stuff where like the players can be paid, you know? So like these college athletes are like making millions of dollars. Like it's crazy. Like you see them on the sidelines like with big ass gold chains and like it's fucking crazy.
That's insane.
But yeah, so anyways, the game was on, and some of my friends here, we had like a little party for the game, and which was crazy because it came down to like the last second. Like Georgia had taken a lead. They were up by 1 point. They were playing Ohio State, and this is a playoff game to go to the national championship. So Ohio State like basically was going for the field goal to win the game and freaking shanked it. Shanked it, and it was literally as New Year's was coming. Like we were all yelling, like we all had champagne. It's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cheers, Happy New Year. And then my boy's like, he shanked it, holy shit. Like, it was pretty wild. It was a good time.
Just adds to the sort of ambience though, doesn't it? And stuff like that happens.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was pretty cool how it worked out. But yeah, what about you guys? Is it a big thing there? Like, I mean, here in the States, you know, like New York City, you know, the big cities are like fucking nuts, you know, during New Year's. But what's it like there?
They do a massive firework display, and then yeah, there's usually like loads of stuff on TV as well with countdowns and stuff like that as well. Like like big firework displays in some of the main cities, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
This year, I think the London fireworks display was insane. You must have spent a lot of money on those fireworks because at some point you just thought they'd let them all off at the same time by accident. It was just like insane. But yeah, me and my missus didn't really do too much, to be honest, because you find if you want to go out maybe into the city, and it's so expensive.
Yeah.
And it's really busy, and it can take you a long time to get home because of cabs and stuff. So we just thought we were just going to stay inside and celebrate it quite low key. But we did. But to be fair, I quite like doing that, to be fair, because I'm not a massive drinker anyway. So
yeah, I'm with you, man. I agree on all of it. Yeah, no, it's the same thing here, you know. It's such a pain in the ass to like get in and out of town. Then like if you want to Uber home or something, you know, the rates are all expensive, and the whole city's trying to Uber too, you know, so it's terrible. But yeah, it's similar here too. Like I live on a small island, so you know, we can just ride bikes everywhere. So that's what we did, you know, we just rode our bikes over to our friend's house. But even the island like was pretty nuts. Like there was a shit ton of traffic there, you know. They had a big like fireworks show and stuff. But yeah, no, I agree, man. I try and keep it low key. I mean, shit, even on a Saturday night it's hard getting in and out of the city.
You know that. Yeah, nice. It's interesting to see it's the same way you are, man. That's quite cool though. If you're on like a small island and you can just ride bikes everywhere, at least you don't have to worry about drinking too much. Unless you crash your bike, it's still gonna hurt. But you don't get pulled over by the police.
Yeah, you can still get a DUI on a bike.
Oh yeah, can you?
Yeah, they'll give you a DUI. You're riding a bike drunk. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. It's like here I am trying to be responsible, you know.
Yeah.
They're definitely a lot more lenient though. Like where I live, there's no open container laws, so you can just walk down the street and drink beer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Does
it's
it-
pretty
does that-
wild.
That happens a lot anyway, or
Say that again?
does that happen a lot anyway? Do you see a lot of guys just drinking randomly in the street?
Oh
You know?
yeah, here for sure because it's such like kind of like a taboo thing, you know, like there's probably only a handful of cities in the States that allow that. So, you know, people come here on vacation like just to party, you know, just because they know they can walk around and drink and you know, it's not going to be a problem. But yeah, like where I lived at previously, I used to live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's another like pretty big like touristy town. That's where I went to college, but that place like you couldn't even drink on the beach. You couldn't even have alcohol on the beach. So, you know, it was a little bit more hard, whereas here, you know, you can just walk down the street and have a beer, nobody's going to say anything. So, it's different.
Yeah. As far as I know, I don't think it's illegal anywhere in the UK just to drink outside.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's pretty taboo. You know, it's people take advantage of it for sure when they're here.
Is marijuana legalized in your state as well?
No, it's like I live in the south, so it's pretty hillbilly down here, you know. It's pretty backwoods, but no, I think it's decriminalized here. I think for the most part, like under an ounce, you know, it's like a $50 ticket or something like that. But yeah, in most states, it's becoming either decriminalized pretty much everywhere, to where it's just like a small ticket. You know, it's not like an arrestable offense unless you got like some weight on you. But yeah, I mean, like where my dad lives, legalized. It's been legalized there in Michigan for 10 years probably. Virginia, it's just been legalized within the last couple of years, so it's coming around for sure. But the southern states are holding strong to their Bible Belt policies. What's it like in the UK?
Yeah, I think it's still completely illegal.
Yeah.
So you can get up, you know, you get fucked if you've got any on you, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's any talk around sort of making it legal or not, but I doubt it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, you know, the plus side of it is just kind of the same thing as alcohol and tobacco, you know, the taxes on it. Like Colorado, you know, Colorado was like one of the early adopters of the legalization. And I mean, the economy there is fucking booming, you know. I mean, they generate billions of dollars a year on taxes from marijuana, you know, and I mean, there's still the illegal process is happening, you know, where people are, you know, doing it black market style, you know, selling weed and stuff, but I mean, just the, you know, what it's created, like, I mean, there's a company called Cookies, not sure if you've heard of it, but it's a massive company, and it's kind of like the Louis Vuitton of marijuana, you know, but I mean, like they're a $100 million company. Like they fucking do a lot of money every year. So it's pretty wild. Like I see the plus side of it, the benefit of the economics.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really see any downside to it. You know, it's not like fucking heroin or something.
It's pretty good like health benefits as well, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I mean, to me, it's much like, you know, nobody ever, like, you don't hear about people killing people, you know, because they're stoned or something, you know.
Yeah, because they're high. Whereas, you know, people like who are drinking and stuff can get quite aggressive and, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, to me, you know, like if alcohol is legal, you know, weed should be legal too. You know, it's not, to me, you could follow the same stipulations, you know, 21 plus, you know, you can't fucking smoke and drive. You know, you can't smoke in public, you know, like that's fine, you know, like I think it should be exactly the same, honestly.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, hopefully the UK follows suit. because yeah, but you're right. It sometimes might present like business opportunities for some people.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean to everybody, you know, like business opportunities to the average Joe, you know, the average citizen, and then business opportunities to the government as well, you know.
Hmm.
I mean,
That's the thing, isn't it?
realistically, they could even get into like in Michigan, the government has their own grow operations and dispensaries and shit for medical use. So it's like the government's even tapped into it, you know, as far as how they can make money out beyond taxes, you know, like they can just do it themselves.
Yeah,
And it's highly
yeah.
regulated too. Like it's you know, it's got to
That's
be
it. When
tested,
you,
and it's crazy like all this shit that they got to go through just to
that's it.
sell.
When you legalize it, it regulates it at the same time, doesn't it? You don't have to have like governing bodies and stuff. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
other companies looking at it and stuff to make sure it's legit, so you don't get some crap from some random guy on the street.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I mean like when you buy it here, like I mean it's got a fucking label on it just like your Gatorade bottle does of like all the ingredients, and it's crazy as fuck. It's wild as shit.
That's mad.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's pretty insane. Like I mean it's created an entire different economy, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I think it is just from a government perspective. I think for the revenue and tax, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Those gold buys look like it might play out quite
Yeah.
nice. Actually.
Yeah, I mean it would have played out like based on the entry here.
Yeah, I
You know,
think
the entry at the break of the high would have played
Right.
out perfect.
probably wouldn't take it now if I hadn't. I don't know, because that's like a 39 pip stop.
Yeah,
Would you take
exactly. No, I probably wouldn't take it now. This would have been the entry that I wanted to catch right here. Right here at the break of the
You could take
high.
it like half risk at that point, couldn't you? Not now, but I mean that if you're unsure,
Yeah.
maybe get that entry point down where you are there. But I think now I wouldn't take it. If the candle closed a bit smaller, maybe, but yeah, 39 pips is a big stop from that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I mean, it makes sense because this past rejection zone, so, you know, to reject here makes perfect sense. But
Yeah,
the on the flip side of that, you have the same situation here. You know, it rejected here, so it could, you know, reject here, you know.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, to your point, you know, the entry here would have been the best possible entry, in my opinion.
GJ looks quite bullish as well. I was kind of hoping that would maybe retrace a little bit, but still might. But I thought if it was going to, it would be underneath that line, but
Yeah,
it could just back into the range.
yeah, it could start rejecting here at 156.825 or so. Could start rejecting there, but yeah, I mean, I really wouldn't look for buys on GJ until it comes above 157.356, because one thing I've really started to notice is like when I take trades in the direction of the daily candle, they tend to play out. If I trade against the daily candle, then you know, I tend to lose. So
Yeah, yeah. Have you gone through Raj's new videos on the database?
no, man, I haven't. I got it on my to-do list though.
Yeah,
I've honestly
they're good
been
actually.
so fucking busy, man. Like it's been insane. My cleaning
Same.
business has been taking a lot of my time during the day,
Oh,
but
is it?
it's a good
You got a
thing
cleaning
though.
business?
Say that again?
You got a cleaning business?
Yeah, yeah. I started it actually, and like we started like all the, you know, the legalities, like business paperwork and stuff. I think at the end of October, and we officially like launched advertising and stuff. Did our first job. I think it was like the Friday before Thanksgiving. I can't remember, the November 20th or something, but yeah, man, we had like 50 jobs since then, and we've done like almost 20 grand in revenue. It's pretty crazy. It's been pretty busy.
Is it domestic or commercial?
No, it's all we're just focusing on like home cleaning. Don't really do any type of I'm trying to stay away from like businesses and stuff like that, just because a lot of businesses, they have like net 30 pay terms and shit like that, and You know, when I finish a job, I want my money. You know, I'm not trying to wait 30 days, you know, to get paid. So
Sometimes, depending on what they want you to clean as well, they want like a certain standard, and they might need they're a bit more strict, aren't they? Where it's a bit more flexible, I suppose, if it's like more domestic cleaning.
yeah, and
So
like the size of the properties too. You know, like you know, like at minimum 1,000 square foot property, you know, it's like $300. So whereas like, you know, it's pretty good money. Like whereas like an office building, you know, fuck, the thing might be like 12,000 square foot. You know, we're gonna make a lot of money there, but it's also gonna cost a lot in resources, you know. So
do you
but
have
yeah,
are the cleaners are they employed, or are they kind of self-employed and
no,
then contract?
they're all contracted out. So that's another thing. Like I have no overhead or anything. You know, we're just basically paying for the advertising. Like that's the mindset behind it. Is like me and my partner, our background is marketing and advertising. You know, for the last 10 years, like that's what we've been doing. Started out running like ads for other companies. Then we moved into teaching other companies how to run ads for themselves. And then, you know, we in August we kind of shut all that down, and we just decided like, all right, you know, what type of businesses can we start and put all the knowledge that we've learned over the last 10 years and just run ads for our own companies, you know. So in my opinion, you know, we landed on like the service-based businesses just because, you know, they're very concrete, like home cleaning, power washing, drain cleaning, you know, plumbing, construction, all that type of shit is never going anywhere. That's going to be around forever, you know. So um so that was kind of like the mindset. Also, it doesn't require us to be like a face of the business, and everything we've done like the last 10 years was really relied on our social media presence, all that. So that's ultimately like how we got into it, was just we know advertising and marketing. I don't know a single fucking thing about cleaning, but but we know advertising and marketing. So it's like, hey, you know, we generate the jobs, we handle all the business side of things, you know, and then we just contract cleaners out. They take care of the customer facing side of things, you know.
Where
So
do you find the cleaners? Do you have to get them from other companies?
yeah, so that was kind of what we were doing. You know, we were trying to stake them from like bigger franchises. You know, a lot of those companies, like there's companies like called like Molly Maids and stuff like that, like here in the States, that are like pretty big franchise companies, and they will pay their cleaners by the hour. And so
Yeah.
they might be making $12 an hour, $15 an hour, probably $20 an hour max. I wouldn't think that it would be any higher than that. Um, and so our big pitch, our big selling point is we're not going to pay you hourly. We're going to pay you based on the job. So if a job costs us 300, or if we charge a customer 300, we're going to split that 50-50. We take 150 for generating the business, and we give you 150 for fulfilling the job. And so, for example, 1,000 square foot place, you know, that would be $300 based on our pricing. The cleaners would get $150. It's not going to take them more than 2.5 hours to complete 1,000 square foot place. So they're making like $75 an hour with us versus 12 to 15 with some other Joe Schmo, you know. So that's kind of
It's
the
good,
selling point. So it's been pretty easy to get cleaners, to say the least.
especially because you've got no overheads as well.
Yeah,
Because you don't have like a storage facility either, do you? So all the products, assuming, are
yeah.
used by the itself, or the
Yeah, yeah, they get all
property.
their own products. They have all their own shit, you know, their own vehicles, their own transportation. So we don't have any payroll, we don't have any vehicles, you know, like we basically just have our business license, our insurance, and then marketing spend. That's pretty much it.
Is a lot of your advertising done over social media as well?
Yeah, so we've been mainly advertising on Google. We just started testing a platform called Yelp. I don't know if you guys have Yelp in the UK.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it actually. I'm not sure if I've never used it though, but definitely heard of it.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a search engine for like, I wouldn't say just services. I mean restaurants. I mean any type of business. It's like a search engine for a business. You know, whether it's a service, an entertainment, whatever the case might be. You know, you can go on there, find out what's happening near you, what type of businesses are near you. You can also just like go on there and search like home cleaning, in Savannah, Georgia, or whatever, you know. So we're
Yeah, yeah.
testing out that platform too, but Google's been doing everything. Like in Google, the way that we're doing it is it's like a pay per lead basis. So, you know, we only spend money if we get leads, and you know the leads are looking like they're searching on Google like home cleaning in this location. So when they're calling us, like they need a fucking cleaner, you know. So it's just about if our price is in their budget or not, you know.
Are you is it localized to your area at the moment, or are you sort of?
No, I'm actually running it out of Texas currently. That's where my business partner lives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's where he lives. It's just a bigger area, you know. Like where I live, it's not a small town, but it's like a small big city, you know. Whereas where he lives, it's like a big fucking big city, you know. So there's a lot more people there. The income, you know, the average household income is a lot higher. Um, Yeah, so it's, I mean, there's a lot more competition too. There's a shit ton of cleaning businesses there, but like I said, it's all about just us being able to run a business better than the other than the other cleaning businesses can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Well, sounds like it's going well, bro. Hope it continues to do well.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely exceeded my expectations so far. But yeah, I mean, kind of my long-term goal is to get this location that we started to, you know, do like 30 grand a month or so. And then I'm gonna hire somebody to run it pretty much. And then I'm gonna start it in another location, build it up, get it to like 30 grand a month, and then hire another person to run that. That's kind of my goal, I think. Probably do that like 3 to 5 cities, and then in those same cities go back around and establish another like wing of the business, but in a different service. So right now we're all home cleaning. You know, maybe the next service will be power washing or drain cleaning or carpet
Yeah.
cleaning, you know, or junk removal, you know. So that's kind of my goal, my plan.
Yeah, you could sort of really have a whole array of services that you offer that could take someone, like if they were moving out, for example, you know, take your stuff out, clean your house, and do this, do that, or all sorts of stuff. Can you take it anywhere, really? Quite cool.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm realizing too, is because like cause like right now I'm running everything, you know, just kind of like learn what people want, what they need, what they're willing to pay for, you know, things like that. Cause like I said, I know nothing about the business side of things, you know, so, um, but yeah, that's kind of like what I'm doing right now is, and I'm seeing a lot of that. Like people will call, they're like, hey, I need a move out clean on this date. Do you also do um, carpet cleaning? And we're like, no, we're just home cleaners. But you know, it's like, okay, cool. Maybe potentially I need to create a carpet cleaning service as well, so that
Yeah,
way when people ask for that, I can fulfill that as well. You know. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
like kind of what we've done. Like so like one of my cleaners has like their brother. It has like a junk removal, like a trash removal service, like a trash removal company. So that's like another thing we've been able to capitalize off of is, um, you know, for move out cleans, for example, a lot of times people are getting rid of furniture, getting rid of, you know, just junk that they don't want to take to the next place or whatever. And so that's another thing that we can offer is junk removal on those move out cleans. So it's little things like that, you know. It's been pretty cool, honestly, because like I said, like it's a lot different than what I've done in the past. In the past, it's all been higher ticket things. I mean, the last product that we were selling, our last like kind of coaching program, it was a $7,500 ticket price, so it was expensive, you know. And people aren't necessarily looking for you, you know. Like we're running a lot of Facebook ads just to pique interest. People would opt in, and then, you know, we would book them on a sales call, and we'd have to like really sell them. It'd be like a 45-minute sales call, and it would usually lead to follow-ups and all this shit. Whereas now, you know, these people are just calling, they're like, yo, I need a cleaner, you know, and I'm just like, all right, it's gonna be this price, and they're just like, okay, you know. So it's like a 5-minute call, you know. So it's been fun, you know, just because it doesn't take as much of my time, you know. I'm only focused on generating business. I don't have to worry about the cleans, you know. The cleaners take care of that, you know. So
yeah. It's
um
perfect.
But it's funny because right when I first met you, like I had shut all that stuff down. I'd shut all my marketing businesses down, and my goal at that time was like I just want to trade, you know, I just want to chill, live my life, things like that. But like a couple of weeks into it, you know, I mean, after 9:30 in the morning, I'm done trading, you know, so it's like, what the fuck am I gonna do all day, you know? So I was like feeling guilty, you know, I was like, I need to do something. So I was like
Yeah,
talking to my business partner, I'm like, dude, what can we do? So that's how we landed on the cleaning stuff. It was kind of funny, but
that's the thing with trading, isn't it? If you do it well, you can find that actually you do 1 or 2 trades a day, you're done really. The volume times, that's it. So like here in the UK, if you trade London Open, you can go from 6 a.m. till 8. You might be done before 9.
yeah,
So same with you for the US Open. So it's
yep.
for the rest of your day. So you could do it with a 9-5, or you could do it just exclusively to that and then do something as another side hustle after.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like Raj always says, like don't make trading your only source of income, you know, like, and that's what I started to realize too, like while I was in that little transition phase of shutting everything down and just trading. It wasn't my only source of income because I had like some e-commerce stuff, but it was like the only, like I don't run any of the e-commerce stuff. I don't even know what the fuck's going on with it, you know. I'm just kind of like the money behind it, I guess, you know, like there's a whole team that runs that shit. So like that's why I was like kind of feeling like, you know, I need like something that I can like hustle, you know, that I can like feel like I'm building something, you know, because like, you know, I'm only 27, like, you know, I just like, and I'm not where I want to be, you know, so like there's a lot of room for growth, you know, in my life. So like the thought of me like just kind of kicking back, you know, I was just like, fuck man, I can't do that, you know, like I need to like build some like long-term things, you know. So just like you were saying, you know, whether it's a 9 to 5 or, you know, a fucking business, a side hustle, whatever the case is, like I definitely think you should complement it with you should complement your trading with something additional, you know.
100%. Yeah. For me at the moment, trading is just a hobby, man.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
it should be for
I
everybody. If it's more than a hobby,
really
you're gonna get fucked, you know.
not even I'm
Like
not
your
even like
mental is just
happy,
so different, you know, when it's not a
like
hobby.
break even stage as well. So I think you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself to be like this has to be my main source of income. Like I'm thinking, you know, maybe over the next 5 years that I'll get to that point. But at the moment it's just a hobby. It's weird, isn't it, as well? Because when I started trading, I didn't particularly enjoy it. I was like, but after a while, I now really enjoy looking at the charts, and you begin to love it, if that makes sense. I
Yeah.
think it's not something you probably start doing immediately. I mean, for some people, maybe sort of thinking, yeah, this is my calling,
Yeah.
trading calling. Oh, you don't grow up like I want to be a trader, but when you start, and then when you do it for long enough, you really do begin to love it, man.
Yeah, 100%. For sure. No, I definitely agree. I mean, when I first started trading, it was all just because I saw people like, you know, like
Making money.
IML people and shit, you know, just flexing. Like I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude? I gotta look at this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like exactly to your point. To me, it was like it was a job for a very long time, and sometimes I still feel like that. Like that's why I miss the stream sometimes. You know, it's just like sometimes I'm just not feeling it. I'm like, you know, fuck, you know, I don't feel like getting up this early, whatever the case might be. But no, I mean, like this morning, you know, I was like stoked to like start the stream and get back on the charts. You know, I was like, man. You know, it's just like you were saying, like it was exciting, you know, like I was ready to like lock back in and start testing some things out, you know.
Yes.
But
All right,
yeah,
I just need to make.
have you looked at
Um,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
go on. Sorry, you go because I was going to make a call, but you go on, finish your sentence, and then I'll nip off a bit.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna ask you if you looked at the SRC videos yet.
Yeah, no, I have. Yeah, so not all of them. I'm about 70% complete, but I do like them. A lot of them go through similar stuff to what's in the main. Well, they actually all go through similar stuff to what's in the main database. But the good thing is about them is they're bite-sized videos, so they're probably a bit more focused and targeted on like key technical, you know, price action that you kind of want to look at. So Whereas I think when you go through the database, there's so much in there, you could probably get lost a little bit and be like, whoa, I don't even know where to go to. But this is, you know, I don't know how many videos are in there, but there's not loads. But because they're so short and they go through some of the stuff that Raj has probably been noticing recently as well, so that's quite good. And yeah, because they're bite-sized, you can just sort of plow through them and probably go through them like several times. So I've been through a few of them. I'll go through the whole thing and then probably go through it again and just kind of focus on that, because I haven't even been through the whole of the database actually, to be fair. So some of the videos you sort of have to sort of selected what I think interests me and then do it that way. But because of the SRC is probably not overloaded with videos, it's quite easy to get through.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that is like one thing with the database, you know, there's so many fucking videos in there, it's crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much like what I did with the database. Like I just like went through like all the unlearn and relearn section, and then for a while, you know, I was making a point to like just watch like 30 minutes each day, you know, just so I was continuing to chop at it, you know. But I just been busy, so I haven't. But yeah, that's good to know. I'm definitely gonna check out the SRC stuff and run through it. I'll probably do the same, run through it once, and then, you know, continue to go through it just to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Yeah, they're good, man. I enjoyed them. They're good, and it's like, you know, classic Raja, so they're pretty good to watch.
Hell
You get
yeah.
straight to but yeah, bro, I'm just gonna mute myself for a second because I need to make a few calls, and then I'll mute myself and let you know when I'm back. But I'll still be there.
Sounds good, man. I'll be here. AFC, what's good? Happy New Year. Hater, Happy New Year. Yeah, man, cookies. Cookies is the loudest for sure. SYU, why JPY is so strong? Not sure. Not sure. Could be some news, who knows? Nah, doesn't really look like anything, so I'm not too sure. Not sure. Yeah, this was a good trade setup here. Start seeing a resistance form on GJ somewhere. I think we can go retest the lows. This would have been the gold trade for the day though. Definitely would have been able to secure 10 pips, no problem. And trades to break at a high. You know, moved up 25, 26 pips or so. So yeah, 10 pips there would have been no problem.
Good morning, Mike. Hello, Jake. Happy New Year,
Hey,
guys. Hi.
Harith, what's good, man? How you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, brother. I'm all good. I'm all good. How about you? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. Doing great, no complaints. How's
That's
everything your
beautiful.
way?
All good. All good, brother. Just trying to explore, move around. Yeah, trying out new things. It's been quite a nice break.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear
I've been
you.
seeing you also. You've been traveling here and there. You've been catching up flights.
Yeah, man, I was pretty busy, man. I ran around, had to see my family for the holidays, so it kind of sucks because my family they live in two different states, and I don't live in that either of the states, so I have to I gotta make the world travels, to see my family for the holidays. Damn, we lost him. We lost Harith. He was here, now he's gone. Have you taken any trades yet, Harith?
Not really. Not really. I haven't taken any. What about you?
Nah, man.
Actually, I'm really starting like I'm diving into charts seriously. On 16th of this month, that's when I'm really starting to really dive into these charts and trying to catch up some pips.
Hell yeah. So you're waiting, being patient.
Yeah, like right now, markets are just like here and there, no clear direction yet, and the volume is quite dodgy at the moment, so it's really tricky. So giving it at least half of this month for things to just really settle in and find some nice setups later on.
Yeah, it'll probably be a little choppy for the first
That,
like week or so.
that's why I'm trying to give it time. As you can see, even the monthly, you see that monthly December candle?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Discussed. You see, that's the game there.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, man. That thing freaking played out right on par.
Yeah, so probably you know what to do when it comes to December of this year, if all goes well.
Yeah.
Harith, what's going on, brother?
Yo, wow, brother, how you doing? Happy New Year,
Good.
man.
Yeah, happy New Year to you too.
How's it going? How are your holidays?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Yeah, nothing too crazy to report back on, but no, had a nice time. I just staying to Mike, had quite a lot of time off my day job, should I say. So it was quite nice. But yeah, excited to be back trading now. Although, yeah, like I mentioned in the chat, just gonna watch for a few days, I think, before really taking anything.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's my plan as well. Just watching and then let's see what 16th has got. That's when I'm really looking forward to like live trade on the 16th of this month.
Yeah.
For now, I'm just taking time to really like play
Yeah.
out, pan out, and find a real direction and create a really nice bias. And when the market has already created an upper wick or lower wick, for any continuation. So for now, let's see how things really play out.
I just saw you pop on because I was just about to have some lunch and keep myself muted, but I saw you speaking and I thought I'd come on and say hello. So
Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother. Really appreciate it.
I'm just going to mute myself, guys, so I'll probably come back in about 10-15.
No problem.
No worries.
The family is back.
Yeah, man. The usual gang.
Yeah.
It's
Hell
nice to be back, man. I feel like this is the year. This is finally the year to do something really unique with trading.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Like this morning I was feeling really good. Like I was like, hell yeah, I was stoked to get on the charts. I just woke up like 4 a.m. like, holy shit, let's go. I was like wide awake,
So steamed up, ready to kill these markets, ready to pay back time, innit?
Hell yeah. Yeah, I think this actually might be a nice opportunity here on GJ. Obviously, I'm not gonna take it, but something to watch here. So, we had this what the hell is going on with my mouse? Had this strong rejection candle here. Oh, what is going on? Is this thing dying on me or what? Oh shit, I think it is. But yeah, we had this.
It's a wireless mark.
We had this strong rejection candle here. Now we're breaking the low. The problem is the only thing that I don't like is it's very early in the 30-minute candle. It's also the 8 a.m. candle, but that could bring some volume. So the thing to think about, and it was the same thing that I was looking at gold. We had past rejection here. It made this little flip. It was kind of in this range, so it's hard to see that, but past rejection here, and then we rejected it here, so we can continue down, I think, here. Not to mention the pressure on the daily is bearish, so that's why I think that sell could play out. So I'm gonna mark this up, and we'll see what happens.
Yep. So really looks nice as you've just explained, and looking at the daily, and the daily is telling the story that we are really bearish. And looking at the structure, market structure on that time frame as well, you see that price has created a high, then probably come to retest those lows there. That bullish move was kind of a retracement for price to continue back down.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Since we're now NY open right now, innit? So NY open, so should expect some nice volume, keep pushing the price down.
Yeah, 100%.
I've been thinking to myself, like, if someone had started like last year and that person was just patient, risking less and really managing their trades, by the end of that year, he would have been very far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Time moves so fast, and you cannot really like try to notice it. But by the moment you just notice, the year is gone, and you ask yourself, why was I fucking up all this year? Why was I really not trying to follow my plan? If I did right now, I would be really in a different place.
Yeah, man, that's so true. That's so true. There's a song. It's by shit. I think it's Collie Buds and Russ. I'm not sure if you ever heard of Collie Buds, but the song is called the song is called Time Flies, and it's like the lyrics are like, fuck, I think it's like time flies, life's hard, but just enjoy the ride, or hold on and enjoy the ride or something. But like every time I hear that song, I like listen to the lyrics, I'm just like, damn, man, that's so true,
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'm gonna send the song in, I'll send it in the Telegram group.
Telegram group, no worries, I'll get it from there. Like, that's for sure, because when you realize all the fuck ups you did in your trading last year, and you're like, if I just hold on to that and just knew that the markets were there even next year, I would probably move on to that, and then like let's go on from the next day. I read something. There is this guy who trades is a stock trader with options and whatever. He's called Omar Ashraf. I don't know if you've seen this guy on Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah, I think I've seen him on Twitter before.
Yeah, Omar Ashraf. Yeah, one day he posted something saying that when you're trading, look at your 100 trades that you're going to take. Don't let one trade try distract you, whether it's a winner or a loser. Just always focus to the next 100 trades you're going to take.
Yeah.
And which is really right. If you let one trade really dictate your emotions, it's going to be hard.
Yeah, 100%. 100% it will be. Oh, what the hell is going on here? I think the I think the YouTube is frozen.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. It's showing my looks like the whole screen's frozen. I'm like, what the fuck? It's not frozen on my screen. Let me see.
By the way, did you hear from 24K?
Nah, man, I haven't heard from him. Yeah,
It's been
weird.
a while since November.
Yeah, man, it's been a while for sure. Nah, I haven't heard from him. I hit him up on Twitter and I don't think he ever responded to me.
That's for sure. Yeah, I saw your message to him. Like it was a post and you tagged him.
Yeah.
And I commented on that post, but he didn't really respond. Is the man dead?
Fuck, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with it, man.
Yo, like seriously, it's since November because we last had a live stream with him on way back in November. The whole of December he was not here. Now it's January. No signs of him. Whether let it be on Twitter or Telegram, man's nowhere to be seen. Oh my days.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't know what the hell happened to him. Hopefully he's good though. Oh, here we go. Now I think the screen's good. Yep, we good. But yeah, no, man, man, I hope he's good. I don't know what happened. There was another dude that did that like on Raj's stream. I can't remember the dude's name, but it was an Indian guy, and he would come in, and every day he would be like, "Yep, caught 10 pips," and then he would go on about his day, and then like that happened with Raja too. Like the new year came and went. He came back and Raja was like, "Yo, what the fuck happened to this guy?" You know, he hasn't been back. But yeah, I don't know, man. 24K, where you at? He's probably watching. He's watching on YouTube. He's too scared to hop in with us now or something. I don't know.
24K. Oh my days.
I gotta find him on YouTube. See if he. I mean on Twitter. 24K.
It's really alarming when someone just disappears like that mysteriously.
Yeah, I can't even remember what his damn Twitter name was.
Oh, I can't really remember. It'll probably be. Let me see.
I thought it was. Oh yeah, Mr. 24K. Here we go.
24K.
Yeah, he hasn't even tweeted since like November 19th, November 20th.
Those are the days when, yeah, exactly, November the 20th. Those are the last days when we had even a stream with him. It's like I don't know, he had gone somewhere. Then that was about it, and then never surfaced again.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what happened to our guy here. I'm about to hit him up on everything.
Yeah.
Maybe quit trading.
Maybe things went so sideways, things went left. I decided to just chill and forget everything. Like, sometimes trading, it's that game that really pokes you deep to a point where you just want to give up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you're not really like so determined and so like disciplined about it, man, you give up really fast, and you just want to disconnect yourself from anything that is pertaining trading. You just don't want to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, I've been there, dude. I've been there, like where I lost so much money trading, where I was just like, man, fuck this. I could never do this again in my life.
Yeah, I've also been there, like way back then, where I would trade and then just take like 3 months without looking at the charts, then come back. But at least at that point, you still have that kind of zeal to really come back and do something. But there are others who just leave completely and they just give up, like it's done. They accept the challenge that they have lost, and that's it. You never hear from them again.
Yeah. I mean, the way I look at it is like, it's like the pain from failure. The pain from failure, you can either use that as fuel to your fire and learn and excel because of your fails, or you can be like, fuck it, I'm done, I failed, never gonna try again. But it's like that, it's like that meme. Have you ever seen that meme where it's like the dude that's digging for gold and he like gives up, like he's dug like 90 feet, the gold's at like 100 feet, and he gives up at 90 feet.
Yeah, I've seen that, and you're like, oh my days, you just left everything there and you've given up. Just at the brink of just succeeding and you give up. That's the thing with me. Like now with pertaining trading, when I lose money in trading and I've lost tons and tons of money, what I see is like I'm paying for an expense. It's like a business. I'm paying some expenses to run business. Yeah, so this is the expenses I'm paying for my business to run. Every losses I take, every accounts I've loan, I see them as expenses. So sometimes the expenses are higher so sometimes I'm just in a deficit budget. I know that time will come, things will pan out. So I don't just give up, because the moment you give up, the money you spent there, you'll never come back again. It's like you're giving up everything you've really tried to work for. I don't take giving up as an option to myself. I don't know why. Even if the odds are really stuck against me, I really always find a door to, like a window to really like penetrate through something. I find that there is always a way, because if someone has succeeded through this, then there's also a way for me to really succeed through it.
Yeah, no, I agree for sure. Yeah, it's tough, it's tough to tell like what you should and shouldn't do, like it's what the hell is this? Oh, sorry, I got distracted here. But yeah, no, it's tough to tell like when is the right time to pull the plug, and when you should keep going, like that's how I was with like my last business, like me and my partner, like we were doing really good, but we had like some months where we would lose more money than we made, and it's just like one of those things where it's like, are we giving up too soon? Is this like us like at the 90 feet but the gold's at 100, we're giving up? But yeah, it's tough, it's tough to figure out like when you need to stop the bleeding, and when it's just part of the process,
Yeah, and with trading you can never tell whether is it you to stop, because it's like there are no indicators to tell you that you're not going to really achieve this.
Yeah.
It's like a lonely ride with trading. Like there is a way everyone lands in their different own way. There is only that one thing that comes into you, during the process of learning and trying to execute ideas here and there. There is a moment, that one thing that you will do that will change your game forever. That's how I see it. Now, for Rajat has been risk management. For the others, is when they are getting a better risk to reward ratio. you know, there is that thing that comes in. Others, it's psychology. When they get their psychology right, things really pan out very well.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, and I mean, Raja talked about it too. He talks about it all the
to
time.
that point where you just identify where the problem. At the moment you tune that, everything just looks perfect for you. It will just take time for you to really understand where that problem is. But the moment you do, things really gone well.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Your gold trade kept on pumping.
Yeah, gold's moving nice here.
I just love gold so much. I don't know. Gold is my everything. It has fucked me up over and over again, but I feel like, you know what? I'm never giving up on you.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly been feeling like that lately too. Like, like over the break, I was looking at some of my trades, like just reflecting on trades. And yeah, I mean, gold had some really nice moves. You know, it looked really good.
You know, with all pairs, that's why, like, gold is a pair that can easily give you 10 pips real quick, 10 to 20 pips real quick, as long as you're on the right side of the market.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. You know, like you can hit the profits. You know, you can get in and out really fast. You know, you don't need to be like waiting around. Like GJ, I mean, moves really good like during London, but I've noticed like during New York session, it's been not the best lately. Which this whole move is like pretty odd too. You know, it's like came down, broke the low, and then now it's breaking a high. You know, it's volatile right now for no reason.
Yeah.
The 4-hour candle just straight reject. Yeah, that's weird.
Oh.
But yeah,
So
gold
probably,
moving perfect.
On GJ it makes sense. Why? Could you go back on GJ?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the Asian session? Look at the Asian. Where did the Asian sessions begin?
Probably like up here somewhere.
Yeah. So basically what I want to say is that you see that we had a write down. Asian session just dumped. London continued with that dump. So what do you expect NY to do? Pull back, you know. Then where do you expect to have a continuation with NYSE? That's the last trigger with NYSE and London close to have the continuation of price going back down. Because if you had this dump with Asian and London all dumping, then there is a higher probability of NY to pull back and give and we have that, and we get that continuation with NYSE through London close.
Yeah,
I've seen this happen. That's how gold like does it. If you see gold dumping, like it has dumped with Asian, continuation with a dump in London, then just be careful with the NY. NY is going to pull back, and then NYSE to London close, you're going to have a continuation. Because all the sessions cannot really move in the same direction. One has to pull back, the other continuations. One of them, we have to have a pullback. If Asian dumps, London tends to pull back, and you have a continuation with NY.
Yeah, that's a good observation for sure. And it makes perfect sense. I mean, just like you said, you know, you can't expect like high volume to be in one direction during all three sessions. You know, it's like a rainbow.
If that was the case, then all people would be profitable.
Yeah.
Because it would be easy to figure out, like, you sell, okay, let's all sell, that thing go up. But you forget that these big boys don't want to buy in premium prices or sell in they want to buy in discount and sell in premium.
Yeah.
So if that logic was not working, that from anywhere you can sell, buy them, well and good. Easy. You know, the thing I've seen that the thing with markets, the thing that has made the markets difficult.
I think we lost you, Arif. Man, this gold idea here would have been beautiful. Really two potential entries. The first one would have been break of the high here, stops below here. Second one would have been break of the high here, stops below here. It would have been perfect. GJ on the other hand, not the best. Not the best, but all good. Kareem, what's good with it? What's good? Anybody on a YouTube chat catch some trades yet? Catch this gold move? Hell yeah, Farhad, good shit. Secure 15 pips, good work. Will the upcoming instinctive gold continue to climb to me, 1870, or will the federal news affect them? I mean, first thing you gotta be cautious about is this resistance here, 1841. So I mean, to me, depends on what happens here at this level before it can come up to 1847. 1870, I mean, I don't know, that's a long stretch, to be honest, in my opinion. You know, this was my target for buys. I only like to go zone to zone, Kareem, so holding till 1870 would have been pretty ballsy in my opinions. But I mean, fuck man, if you got the analysis and it works out, then catch that bag. Yeah, absolutely, Kareem. Absolutely. This would have been my move here, though. I would have secured 10 pips right off of this candle. Probably would have just closed everything right there. You know, it's Tuesday, it's early in the year. You know, gotta be cautious with everything here. Better buys above 1842. Yeah, I think that would be the next area for sure. The next area would be above here. Above here, you got this nice clean candle, and then you can target 1847.50, and that should be solid too. Were you doing New York sessions daily? Farhad, yeah. Yeah, New York sessions daily, 6:30 a.m. Eastern to, usually to like 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Sometimes I start a little after 6:30, but always will be started before 7. Yeah, man. Yeah, Farhad, no problem. The hell? Nice. We're a little slow today. Boom, we're a little slow here. But this gold trade, man, that thing would have played out perfect. GJ is still doing some weird shit. Not really sure. I was really thinking when this candle closed like this that once the lows were broken here, it would continue bearish and it would respect the high here. But as you can see, it did not do that. Did not do that. So yeah, we pretty much just chilling. Just doing some tasks on my phone here. If anybody has any questions about anything, feel free to drop them in the chat. So far, this is probably the only trade I would have executed on today was this gold trade here. Well, I take that back because had this not happened, I would have probably executed on this GJ trade here and I would have lost. But since this gold trade happened before, if I would have executed on this, that would have been my one trade for the day. I would have been at profit land and it would have been mighty. Yeah, so I think the next potential move for gold will probably be above 1841 here. We go fill this candle up. That's probably the next potential move. Looks like GJ is gonna just keep going bullish. Nothing that I see that looks worthwhile on GJ though as of now. Gold's the only thing that's moving along with my analysis, my bias. Oh, we got ADP on Friday. Oh. Thursday and Friday might be a little wacky. ADP, NFP. First ones of the year. Gold gonna keep pushing. Gonna hit our target here. This thing's moving real nice, man. Been liking gold a lot lately. Yeah, I think it's gonna keep pushing. I don't know if you guys saw this stuff. I don't know where you guys are located here in the chat, but in the NFL game last night, man, DeMar Hamlin, dude had a freaking heart attack on the field. I think it's freaking terrible. Yeah, this thing is galloping. This is real nice. What's this right here? Oh, some news? That's pretty cool that it does that. Huh. Swear I never knew it did that. Yes, it says no news. No news since the 20th.
Yo, Mike.
Yo, what's good, Jake?
It's good. Sorry, man. I had to do a bit of work there. Um, just looking at that gold trade there, would you have still held that with the bearish candle, or would you have maybe closed half after that bearish close and let the rest run? Or
Yeah, I probably would have just closed all of it. You know,
that's
probably
fine.
like 10 pips or so, and then definitely probably with this 30-minute candle close, I probably would have just closed all of it. Just 'cause like most times with gold, like especially in this case, this right here like just barely came back to like the entry that I had marked up here. So, you know, that would have probably stopped out my runner, you know, so I've had that happen a lot of times with gold. So I really haven't been securing partials lately. Like the last like month of trading that I did, I was just like securing everything at like 10, 15 pips.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, even I mean this is a good point though. So like say like we didn't achieve 10 pips in this candle. You know, say we didn't achieve 10 pips in this candle. I would let the trade run, you know, so like this candle and this, you know, the bullish candle, the bearish candle, you know, we still didn't achieve 10 pips. I would let it run and anticipate like the candles to keep creating higher highs and higher lows. 'Cause
Yeah,
like that's another thing that I've realized a lot of times is like you really got to focus on if candle is making higher highs or and higher lows as far as like the direction, because you know this could have just been like a 5 minute, you know, support that was created to continue. You know, it could have been a little like high, you know, just a nice pull up, pull back just to continue, you know. So yeah, I mean, to answer your question, that's probably what I would have done. Like, if I hadn't achieved 10 pips and I hadn't secured anything, I probably would have held it even with this printing, just because it's still creating higher highs and higher lows.
yeah, and it's still respecting the previous low, isn't it? Now, even though it closed bearish,
Yeah,
previous low. So
yep, exactly. And it's a weak bearish candle, you know, so.
yeah. Where's what happened to Harif? Did he disappear and never come back, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he was talking and then all of a sudden it went silent and he was gone, so I don't know. His internet went out or something, I'm not sure. I noticed like it's usually like around like 8:30, 9 a.m. like he always like disappears, so I'm not sure if it's like a scheduled like blackout where he lives or what's going on there, but something like that.
Yeah. Because there was another guy that I used to trade in with the mornings. I haven't seen him in ages. I haven't spoken, but he lives in South Africa, and they have like a scheduled blackout or something like that every at certain times, which is pretty mad.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think it's, well, I don't know. I mean, I think it's like early evening for Harith at this time. I want to say it's like maybe 5 p.m. or something like that.
Yeah.
Because he shouldn't be far off of your time zone, I don't think.
Who, Harif?
Yeah.
Yeah, South Africa. I think they're like 1 hour. Is it ahead? So when it's 6 o'clock in the morning for me, it's about 7 o'clock for them in the
Got
morning.
you.
So, or where the other guy. I'm not sure if it's the same for Harif, but yes, for the guy I was trading with, I can't remember. It's like Kunjimbi, I think. I don't know if you remember that guy from the morning session.
Oh, is he in the Telegram chat?
The Telegram chat. I haven't heard from him in ages, actually. I don't know if he's still around, but
Yeah. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
yeah, it was like about an hour difference between us.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know where where he lives in Africa. Kenya, I think I want to say, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you're right, you know.
Or Uganda, one of those two.
What's the plan for the rest of the day once you're finished charting?
Got some work to do. That's pretty much it. Gotta run some errands. But yeah, pretty busy today, honestly. But It's nice this time of year because the weather is not too nice. So in the winter time, you know, I usually try and like focus on building, you know, so that way in the summertime, you know, I can kind of kick back. But it never plays out like that. Like I'll be freaking working all day in the summer too. But I don't know, it's just kind of my nature, honestly. Like I'm just like not satisfied unless it's productive, you know. I like get real down on myself. It's really hard for me to have like leisure time, honestly.
Yeah, I've been like a lot like that recently, you know. So I'm quite into like gaming as well, which is so every time I pick up my pad, I instantly feel regret because I'm not doing productive. But at the same time, I try to tell myself, you know, you need a bit of like leisure as well, because otherwise it's not worth it, is it? So you know, it's difficult. I'm probably not one of those like, you know, don't sleep until you're dead, you know, sort of people. I'm like, no, get adequate sleep, adequate rest.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like I used to be like really strong on like that hustle mentality, but you know, same type of thing, you know, I just started to realize like what for, you know, like why would I want to live like this? But
yeah, it's difficult. People argue against it. I understand why you would, but for me, I think it's good to be present and enjoy.
yeah, I think you gotta have that balance, you know, you know, cause like you'll have burnouts on both ends, you know, you'll be working like crazy, you'll get burnt out, then you'll have a little fun and you'll get burnt out from that. So it's like, all right, now I gotta lock back in, you know. So probably experience that even with the holidays, you know. It's like after like this morning, you know, I was like fired up to like trade, you know, I was like fired up to like get to work, you know, and it's kind of just like one of those like resets, you know. So it's funny because I got a mentor, his name is Corey Gregory. It's like pretty much who I follow for all my fitness stuff, and he like does all my programming and stuff. But he's like friends with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was like telling me one time about a conversation I had him on my podcast like a couple of years ago. I had Corey G on there, and he was like, you know, I was kind of asking him because he's like real crazy with it. Like he wakes up at like 3 a.m. He's in the gym at 4 a.m. Like, and it's like a gang of dudes that are like lifting at 4 a.m. with him. But I was just asking him like what does he do like on the weekends, you know, is it just like this Monday through Friday or what's the case? And he's like, oh no, you know, on the weekends, you know, I have a couple beers, you know, I sleep in a little bit and blah blah blah. But he was basically just saying like, you know, he was like reflecting on a conversation with Arnold, and he was like, you know, I was talking to Arnold, I was smoking a cigar, and I was asking Arnold the same thing, and we were drinking a glass of whiskey, and he was basically saying, you know, like with such a disciplined lifestyle, like you have to have some of that leisure time to kind of reset yourself for the balance, you know. So I've always like kept that in the back of my mind when I'm like feeling guilty about doing something. It's like, nah, man, it's fine, you know, I work my ass off all the time, you know, like it's okay to do something else, you know, something for yourself.
Yeah, you definitely need that kind of recreational time to just do stuff and relax. Otherwise, like you said, I was the same as you, man. After some time off around Christmas, I was so fired up to get back to trading and locking back in. I think if I'd have ploughed through and just non-stop, just maybe done simulation after simulation, looking at charts, looking at videos, which I did do a bit of, but if I did that all day, every day, I think I would have come back now going, oh, here we go again.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
Like, go, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you gotta have that balance for sure. Yeah, I've started to really like focus my days on, you know, as long as I'm executing on my mindset, my money, my relationships, and my health, as long as it's an activity that's inside of one of those 4 categories, it's okay. You know, I shouldn't feel guilty about doing it, you know. So
Yeah.
that's like really helped me out, because I used to just be money, you know. Like I don't give a fuck about anything else, family, don't care, money, you know. And like the last like year or two, I've started to open it up into the other categories, you know.
Yeah, I can't remember who I was listening to said like it's a bit like, they called it like tending to your garden. So
Yeah.
you put it things in different categories, and you can talk about, you know, your relationships, your family, your job, or your whether that's your side hustle or main job or whatever it is. And if you spend too much time watering one section, the other two or the other bits will begin to die. So whether that's your like relationship with your missus or your family, and then when you look back and you think, oh, okay, yeah, I've got loads of money, but actually my relationship's pretty crap. My girlfriend hates me, and my family don't me because I never speak to them. You think, is it worth it? So you've got to spend time on each. I think it was Matthew McConaughey actually that I was listening to that said something about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
He's a really interesting guy actually. There's some really cool things from him. And yeah, since then I've been like, you know what, you're right. Sometimes when I find myself in those little ruts of just being like super like, you know, obsessed with trading, I find like I ignore everything else, you know, everything for days, and you'll be like, oh crap. And this is like, oh, you didn't message me for like the whole day. And you're like, oh yeah. So you got to like balance them.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's true. I mean, in all the successful people, they talk about that shit. Like I really like learned it from a dude named Sean Whalen. He's kind of like, I don't know, he's like a coach of mine, I guess. Like I hired him for a coach, or to be a coach. But yeah, and it's funny because I hired him for like business, you know, like as a business coach. And the first thing that he taught me was this thing that he referred to as Core 4. And it was basically like power, purpose, passion, production. And it was like those 4 things. And so like power is obviously your body, purpose is like your relationships, passion is like your mindset, and production is obviously like business, career. And he's like, all right, so to exceed in your business, you need to start delegating tasks each day into these other categories: power, purpose, passion, you know, your body, your mindset, your relationships. And I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Like, how's that gonna make me more money? But that's basically what he was saying, you know, is like, you know, the problem with entrepreneurs, the problem with and it's not just entrepreneurs, you know, people in the workforce, you know, I like to refer them as intrapreneurs. You know, you're either an entrepreneur or you're an intrapreneur. Like, you have your own business or you're working for another business, you know, you're building your own career inside of another business. But yeah, he was basically saying like that's a problem. You know, people get so focused on work, and they neglect the other areas in their life, just like you were talking about.
Yeah, I feel that, man. It's really important, really important. I mean, it's
if you think about it, it's like a triangle. You know, you have like health, wealth, and relationships, and they all correlate. You know, like like if you're healthy, you know, it's gonna help you have a better relationship. It's gonna help you be more confident in your career, etc., etc. You know, if you have money, you know, it's easier to become healthy. You know, you can use that towards, you know, having fun in your relationships. Like it's just like a never-ending triangle of like you have to be centered, you know.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a bit more of a new style approach, though, don't you think, to life? I think because maybe people years ago were a bit more kind of, you know, work until you die, don't stop until you can't lift a finger anymore, don't have a life, don't sleep, you know. Whereas now I think people are a bit more like, no, you know what, we need to live along with working hard alongside and complement each other. Because a lot of the old school guys that were like that, you ask them now and they're like, oh yeah, I do regret maybe my family not having as much more, you know, family time, and I probably could have spent a bit more time with my kids and stuff like that. And that's time you don't really get back. So
yeah,
like it feels like a bit more of a new style mentality. Yeah,
no, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I also think it comes down to just like the difference in like accessibility that we have in our generation, you know, like we have so much access to like trading, you know, investing, like buying dividends, you know, investing in a real estate, side hustle businesses, you know, there's so much shit that you can like kind of do on the side. Whereas like if you think about it, like our parents' parents, you know, they pretty much were forced to only work because there wasn't resources to like, how do you trade, you know, how do you like fucking buy real estate, you know? So it's like, if you think about that too, you know, like we're at an advantage now to where it's easier to build like longer term wealth, you know?
Yeah, 100%. It's like what you said, what we were talking about earlier. Like by 9 o'clock, you can be done trading. So if you're, you know, for our parents, you can imagine telling them, oh, you could have made this amount before some people have even woken up, and then you can get on with the rest of your day. That would be they'd be like, what? Even now, probably still.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
things change.
absolutely. I mean, even if you look at like Raja's come up, you know, that's why I really respect him, because he really showed like the path from like average, you know, to like wildly successful, you know. And I mean, if you can just see like what it's opened up for him, like, you know, like if you make 70 grand when you wake up in the morning, I mean, think about how much money you have for like other opportunities, you know. If somebody approaches you with a business investment or whatever, it's like, fuck it, you know. So it's so much easier to build wealth, you know, when you have like all these things going for you.
Yeah, and he's so confident in his ability to trade now. It's kind of like he knows he can just make that money all the time.
Yeah, it's inspiring, man. It's cool as fuck to see. I love seeing when he posts those trades and stuff. I'm like, holy shit, my man just made a freaking Escalade in the morning, you know. Like
Yeah, it's so good, so good. I really enjoyed him doing the 5 grand challenge as well, because it was, for new traders like me, it's good to see that actually, yeah, you can make that work. So I can. Most people, well, a lot of people should be able to, you know, afford like a 3 to 5k account with stuff. And then as long as you prove you're profitable, you could scale that up. Appreciate Raja as a goat, so he would do it a lot faster than most people, but you know, you could flip that within 6 months to a year potentially.
Yeah, that was pretty insane come up.
But did he get it to like
5k to like 30 grand or something, I saw?
3 months.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm hoping to get it to, I think he said originally like 15k or something.
Yeah, but I think, do you know what it was? I think he started getting more confident with it as well, like the more he got into it. So he started scaling the lot size, which you would do anyway, I think, if you were doing that well. And it just shows that actually you can do it, you know, and you could make a living off that as well, because he was making withdrawals. So he wasn't even like stacking it, he was withdrawing from that account as well. Probably made, you know, more, but got it to like 30k. It's crap, mad.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But yeah, I mean, to your point, you know, it just shows like what it really showed me honestly is the impact that like learning the skill of trading can have on your life, you know. Like, I mean, say for example, Raja lost everything. He lost everything. You know, he could take $5,000 or even less, $500, and like he knows he has the skill set, the ability to make money that way, to compound money that way, you know. So yeah, it's definitely cool to see it. Like that's one thing that I was really thinking about, is like, damn, you know, like he's proving to himself that if he were to lose everything, like he can make it, you know. He can go back to square one, you know.
Yeah, all you'd need is like you say, you could even just go to a funding company, pass the challenge, get 200k funded account, then just trade from that.
Yeah.
Have you thought about going funded?
Say that again?
You thought ever about doing funded?
I did for a while. I saw like when I first started trading, like when I first started following Raja, I actually tried to get like a funded account through FTMO a couple of times. I failed the challenges, but it was before like I really understood like trading, you know. Like I was in that mindset, like I just discovered Raja, so I was starting to like understand, you know, like what he was doing, how he was doing it, why he was doing it, things like that. But I was in the mindset of like, all I need is more money. You know, if I had more money, then I would be a profitable trader. And obviously that wasn't the case. You know, I didn't really have a strategy. More money wasn't the answer. It was that I just needed to learn how to execute. So that was like during that time. And then throughout that time was like when my businesses really started to take off, like, you know, around COVID. That's like when I first like really started to see some exponential growth that way. So then I just went back to, you know, as I was learning how to trade from Raja, I was just, you know, funding an account with 500 bucks. I would just take like 0.01 lots and, you know, just execute that way just to like try and get profitable trades. And then I just started, you know, as I would have like a profitable month, I would deposit like another 500, you know, 1,000, 1,500, whatever. And then I think like total cash that I deposited into the account was probably around like 5 to 7K. And then from there, it just, you know, the lot sizes were big enough to where like it just compounded really effectively, you know. So to answer your question in short, once I started doing that, you know, like I just didn't really have any need to go after the funding, you know. But I talked to one of my buddies like a couple of months ago, somebody that like I started trading with, and he doesn't follow Raja. He's kind of like developed his own strategies, but yeah, he crushes it. And I was talking to him, and he asked me about what I thought about funded stuff, and he told me he was using funded accounts, and he was making like 20-30 grand a month, you know, off the profit shares from the funded accounts. So I was like, holy shit. But it made a lot of sense like for tax purposes here in the States, like, you know, your 1099 when you're using those prop firms versus capital gains tax. When I withdraw, that's capital gains tax that I gotta pay. Whereas like when my buddy gets paid out from the prop firm, he's just a 1099 contractor essentially, you know, so it's taxed totally different. So there's a lot of benefits to it that I see, but my concern now is like I just see like a lot of the scams, you know. I see a lot of people getting screwed by prop firms, and I just would hate to like put that much time and effort into like passing the challenges and doing all this bullshit just to run into a problem, you know. And it's a lot of it is I just haven't researched the companies, you know, to see what's valid and what's not. I think FTMO is probably one of the better ones, but I have no fucking
things
clue.
about it. Raj's invested in one as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think is it My Forex Funds? Is that the one?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I see the benefits for sure, especially now, you know, like knowing that you get paid out as a 1099 employee. You know, you think about it, you're not risking your capital. The only thing that you're really risking is the amount of money that you spend to take the test or whatever, you know. Other than that, like it's not your money, you know. So like, say for example, if the broker shuts down, you know, like I'm using Dominion Markets, but say for example they shut down, they just like rug pulled on us, you know. Raja is just laughing his way to the freaking bank. You know, like if that did happen, then I would lose my whole trading account, you know. Like I would lose like 20 grand, you know, in capital that's in there, you know. So like versus if it was FTMO, you know, I'm not losing 20 grand, you know.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So I see the pros and cons, you know. There's definitely pros and cons.
Yeah, it's something I've thought about once maybe I become consistently profitable, maybe looking at, but I'd like to build my own live account first, I think, because you can use like a copy trader if you have, and then trade on both your funded plus your live account if you take the same trades. But
yeah, I mean, I think it honestly like comes down to like personal financial position, you know. Like when I first started trading, like I wasn't really in the financial position to like fund an account, you know, so prop firms made a lot of sense to me. But you know, as I like got more consistent with trading, my financial situation changed, and you know, I was able to fund an account myself. So it also goes back to what we were talking about earlier as far as like trading being a hobby and, you know, you still having a career, you know.
yeah, that's it.
Oh, I think GJ. Oh, yep. Looks like GJ might start moving down now.
Yeah, I was just looking at that with this bearish candle. I think if you get a bearish close here, that could be, as long as it closes below the previous candle.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would definitely be worthwhile to wait for candle closure on this one. But yeah, it looks pretty solid. I mean, quite a few rejections here.
Yeah, 15-minute doesn't look as good. You've got rid of the 15-minute on your charts, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, fuck the 15-minute, man. It's caused me a lot of losses. Whether it's exiting the trade too early because I'm getting concerned based on 15-minute, or whether it's taking a trade too early because I'm looking at 15-minute, you know, not letting 30-minute do its thing. So yeah, I mean, I really honestly could probably just look at 30-minute and daily and be pretty profitable. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this candle closes. What's good, Dan FX in the YouTube chat? How's it going? Yeah, we took a little break here on our side of things too. I think we the last stream I think was maybe like the 19th of December. No trades. I haven't taken any trades. I was looking at this GJ idea. I just marked this up. I was basically looking at the entry as the lows were broken here. Respect the high here, but obviously that didn't happen. But it looks like the same setup might continue to play out. Just depends on how this 30-minute candle closes. Then on gold here, I was looking at this. I would have probably entered on this if it wasn't, you know, like my first day back, but told myself that I wasn't going to take any trades, so here we are. Today is the first day that the New York markets will be open too, so who knows what'll happen with the NYSE open here. I'll be right back, guys. Dang, man. TJ did a little flipperoo. Doesn't look like it's ready to go south. Interesting. Gold's still pushing. NYSE Open coming in. Ooh, yeah, see, that's interesting right there. Close right at this resistance support level here. Small wick. Yeah, gonna have to wait for something on gold. Gonna have to wait for a break and close above 1841.40, and then probably some sort of bearish candle, then a bullish to continue. GJ just still nothing. Nothing. But yeah, we're gonna shut it down for today. With that said, appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, probably around 6:30 in the morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. At the very latest, 7 a.m. Eastern time. Stay safe out there. Don't take any dumbass trades. It's very early in the year. Don't want to start the year off with a bad note.
Take it easy, Mike. Sorry, I was away from the computer there and just heard you finishing up. Good to see you, bro.
Nah, you're all good, man. All good. We'll catch up later on, man. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Yeah, you too. Take it easy, brother. See you in a bit.
Yes, sir. Adios, everybody. We'll catch you tomorrow morning. Don't forget, give a like on the stream. And if you're new, subscribe to that bad boy so you can tap in with us tomorrow. But yeah, stay safe. Remember, break and close above this zone. Don't take any dumb impulse entries. Although this probably wouldn't be a bad impulse entry. Not gonna lie, it's 9:30 in the morning. Usually some volume. Broken the highs of these wicks here. You know, that could play out. Could give a little 10 pips there. But for me, too many bullish candles in a row to take a buy here. I'd want to wait for a bearish candle to form. But it's definitely pushing, so there it goes. It's that NYSE Open, first time of the year. Alright everybody, we out for real this time. Peace out.
Recording stopped.